All right, so I weighed 319 pounds. Um, it's an 8 pound drop from where I was at last week. Last week I weighed 327. So pretty excited to have dropped 8 pounds in a week, especially after the past 5 weeks where I have stalled. Like I said, 327 last week, and then it was 328 the week before. Or I skipped a week, and then it was 326. So since about 5 weeks ago, I weighed 326, and then the whole 5 weeks it was just stall, skipped a week of weighing in, gained weight, dropped that pound from 328 to 327, and then weighed in at 319 today. So pretty excited for that. Pretty excited to step on the scale and see it go down so significantly. Because stalls are tough. They are mentally draining. I'm sure if anybody out there's attempted to lose weight, going through a stall or a plateau is a very frustrating experience. You're not sure if you're doing something right. You're trying to figure out something that's going to change. So that's kind of what I was doing, right? Trying to take a more measured approach. In the past, I would have immediately 1 week stall would have already been enough to start right there binge eating and just go out of control for the rest of the year. But this time, I'm trying to be more measured, right? Realize that it's all long term, it's not short term. So really trying to think about it in that sense, right? Like the next month or 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, the year, by the time I'm 40, that kind of thing. Just trying to think of it more long term, right? Because it's not like straight linear. It's not like drop, 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 drop. It might be a plateau or a stagnation, then a drop, a little bit of a gain, a big drop. It's not just like one linear path down. And really trying to think more long term and less short term. So, but it is a very frustrating experience. And in the past, it always led to me binge eating and then kind of like just going back down the rabbit hole and just going out of control again. So, it feels pretty good to be where I'm at now. I've said in some of the past videos, like I haven't been XYZ weight in so long, but the last time on one of my previous videos, I weighed 325, right? And it had been maybe like a decade or so since I weighed 325. I can't even remember the last time I stepped on a scale and saw, 319 or sub 320. So it's been a while. And I've been kind of aiming for 230, but I think now I'm probably going to be aiming for 200, just like the way I look and the way I feel. And just kind of like see how much fat is like still there. I think 200 is probably and maybe even lower, but I think 200 now is probably like a better updated goal. So I think I'm going to aim for 200 and try to start there. But yeah, you know, just going to keep going day by day, week by week, focus on the long term, remind myself that it's not linear, and just kind of stick to what I'm doing. And yeah, we'll see. We'll go from there. Anyways, that's it for the weigh-in.